today I want to share with you a very delicious Salvadorian dish of fish. This fish comes out very delicious and I know you guys are going to love it. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. Dish, we're going to need squash, tomatoes, garlic cloves, 1/4 of an onion, eggs, black pepper, and of course the dry fish. Let's get started. Let's prepare this delicious and tasty recipe. I am going to start with my veggies. I have my tomato and my squash, and we're going to go ahead and rinse them out completely. This is a very important step. We want to make sure that they are nice and cleaned. Okay, now I am ready to just put aside my squash and start adding everything to my blender. I'm going to start with my tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic cloves, my 1/4 of an onion, and my black pepper. You're thinking, why is she not adding any salt? The fish is dry, and when they dry it, they add a lot of salt to it. I'm adding 2 cups of water, and let's just blend it, making sure that it's nice and blended like this. I'm gonna go ahead, put it aside, and now I am going to continue separating my eggs, separating the whites from the yolk. I'm going to show you 2 different ways. The way I do it here at home, I just put it on my hand and then start moving it around until all the white comes out and I separate the yolk. The other way I do it is just like this. I go side by side until everything comes out apart, you know. Now I am done separating my whites and my yolks. Now I'm going to start mixing the whites until they are nice and fluffy. It takes a couple of minutes, but believe me, it's they come out so beautiful, so perfect. Now when everything is nice and fluffy and the color has even changed, it's really white, I'm going to go ahead and start adding my egg yolks. And I'm going to mix one more time, making sure that everything is nice and incorporated. It turns just slightly yellow. And this is done. Look at this. This is not. I'm going to go ahead, put it aside. And I am ready for my squash. I'm going to go ahead and just slice it up. And I'm going to cut it very thinly. We want to make sure that our squash cooks very well with our fish. Let me show you how I cut it. It's little pieces, nice and thin, and this is ready. I'm gonna go ahead, put it aside, and now I have my fish here, which I hydrated a night before. I went ahead, put it in water overnight, and this morning what I did is just threw the water away, and now I'm starting to cut it in little pieces so I could start adding the egg to it. I like to put the head of the fish too, but just like that, I'm not adding no egg on the head of the fish. I have my pan here. I'm going to add some vegetable oil so I could fry my fish with the egg. I have a little piece of tortilla. I'm going to put it in there. If the tortilla starts bubbling, that means that the oil is perfect. Now I could start adding the egg to my fish, just like this. Look, one by one, we're gonna go ahead adding those little pieces in the egg mixture, and we're gonna be frying them. After we fry them really good, we're gonna go ahead and flip them over. We want them nice and brown. The way they look here is perfect, just like this. After both sides are nice and crispy, nice and brown, I am getting ready a napkin so I could start laying those little pieces of fish right on the napkin so that the excessive oil stays on the napkin. I'm gonna continue adding the rest of the pieces of the fish to my batter and then to the oil. I am ready to flip them, and these are the last ones. Now I'm gonna start just removing them and continue with the following step. I have another pan here and I'm adding that oil. It's about 3 tablespoons of oil, and I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my salsa. This is the head of the fish. I'm gonna go ahead. That's the first one I like to put in, and the tail. I like to put it in so it starts releasing all the salt. And I'm adding right now the squash. I'm gonna add it all over the place, everywhere. And I was almost forgetting to add the 3 bay leaves. I'm gonna go ahead and add the 3 bay leaves. I'm gonna leave them in there when it starts boiling, at least for about 10 minutes. That's when I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my fish. I'm gonna go ahead and add my fish one by one all around, making sure that every little piece gets all wet with that delicious tomato soup. My friends, I wanted to show you how this is looking. Look at this. You're gonna be thinking she didn't add any salt. I didn't add any salt because the fish was dry, and they dry it with a lot of salt. To this little soup, I did not add any salt at all. But of course, you know that the salt is to taste. If you want to add just a little bit, that's fine. To my tasting, this came out perfect. I am ready to show you my plate. I'll see you in a bit. Done with this Salvadorian dish. My house smells delicious, and this just came out amazing. And this is the part I love, I enjoy, and I really look forward tasting my recipe. I have combined my dish with a little bit of white rice. The flavors are just so intense of the fish that I know that you guys are going to love it. But let me stop talking and let me taste this delicious fish. Excuse me. The squash is so tender. It absorbed all the delicious flavor of the fish. This is just amazing, my friends. Excuse me. I hope, my friends, you could make this at home for your family and enjoy it. This came out delicious. If you liked and loved my recipe, please don't forget to subscribe, give me thumbs up, share my video on social media. Why not share my video on social media so more people get to know Cooking with Gloria. Don't forget to push the notification bell So every time I make a new recipe, my friends, yes, you are notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. And of course, I will stay enjoying this delicious fish. Bye-bye.